Welcome to everyone, I'm Paulo Riccio, Master Student at DigiPen of Technology, and with this video I'm going to show you the second project I did for the CS562 course. The CS562 course is Advanced Rendering Techniques, and basically we had to choose among a list of papers, two papers that we wanted to implement of rendering techniques. I chose volumetric lighting and SSAO. Volumetric lighting, I've already done a video, it's on my YouTube channel. And this is in particular the SSAO demo. SSAO stands for Ambient Occlusion. I'm gonna go really quickly over what Ambient Occlusion means, and I'm gonna explain what this demo is about. Basically, screen space ambient occlusion is a technique that was invented in the first place by Crytek. They did it for their CryEngine 2, the graphics engine they use, their game engine they use in Crysis. Screen space ambient occlusion means that I'm trying to calculate the occlusion of the geometry that is in my scene. In general, this is just, it's not a pure definition, but generally with ambient occlusion in graphics and video games, it's more generally, it means more generally high frequency ambient occlusion. That means the particulars of the geometry, not the entire scene. So I won't have a shadow behind or below this geometry, but I'm gonna have shadows and occlusions in the details of the geometry. So as you can see, this is the Blender's monkey model. It's a really high resolution, high poly count model. I chose that explicitly to because it has many points where I can show the ambient occlusion effect. So basically, what is the ambient occlusion? It's called screen space ambient occlusion because it's an algorithm that works in screen space. It needs a geometry buffer, so it needs the normals and depth of the scene. And what happens is that basically it analyzes the scene and it tries to understand for each pixel where that pixel is in world space relative to the geometry around the pixel, and it tries to calculate an occlusion that the geometry around the pixel is basically that the geometry around the pixel is occluding. So as I can show you here, I have the G buffer, so this is the normal buffer. So these are the normals encoded as colors, of course. This is the depth, and I need depth to reconstruct the position on the pixel in world space. This is just diffuse color, so simple diffuse, and I can show you the difference between the diffuse buffer and the diffuse buffer plus the SSAO to show you how the technique helps actually underlining the geometry details. So this is just diffuse buffer, and as you can see, this is with the result. It seems that the image grows in depth. That's because exactly what the SSO is about. You can see the best place to see is around the eyes, below the elbow, in the ears, around the eyes here, around the nose, in the mouth, and as you can see, this is not it's not depending by the light position. It's something that's calculated in world space. So yeah, I can move. I have dynamic light here. I can move it, but the SSO doesn't change. And as you can see, I think it's a pretty nice effect. One, because it's a screen space algorithm, so it doesn't have to know anything about the geometry. As long as the G buffer is correct, the algorithm works. Of course, there are thousands of parameters. I just have these parameters that basically are regulating how the SSAO reads the parameters in the G buffer. So it really is really tweakable. I prefer to have these parameters always tweakable so that I can see how the scene changes, and I think it's really important. And yes, I think I have two models. I have this I would say low frequency model because it's really, there are nice curves and you can see the details around. Then I want to try like something with hard edges, and as you can see here, these are just blocks in a plane, and as you can see, the SSO works really well here too. So you have these blocks are intersecting with the plane. Here you see the shadow here because that's basically the light. It's always easier to see the SSO effect in the corner because you can see that Basically, you have in a corner is where the light bounces more less, and that's exactly what the SSO is trying to simulate. And yeah, you can see here the corner. Even here, SSO is a screen space algorithm, as I said, and being a screen space algorithm means that it's a per pixel operation. So if your pixels the algorithm is fired on, the better it is, the faster, not the better, the faster the algorithm is. So what I can show you is that just the SSAO buffer. I'm doing this the SSAO algorithm. I'm firing up a 640 by 480 square. That means that it's less than half, it's half or less than half, depending on the resolution of your monitor, quad with respect to the actual back buffer size. And after that, I'm upsampling. Since I'm in it's an algorithm that introduces noise, because I'm randomizing around each pixel, I have to blur the buffer, and then I'm simply adding this buffer, the diffuse color, to the SSAO, and the result is, it's really cool. Yes, as I said, you can try all other projects. Go check out the volumetric lighting demo too. And yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys next demo.